One of my favorite things about Maddie as a leader is that she is so joyful and she has such a wonderful personality. She can make anyone feel welcome with her wonderful smile and her laugh. Maddie is one of my favorite leaders and I love spending time with her. Whether we're just fooling around, talking, or playing Gaga together, she really is a lot of fun to be around and I love her a lot.
One of my favorite things about Kenny is how he makes youth group really fun and how he always comes up with games and comes early to youth group and just sets it up so we can all be happy.
So the thing that I like about Grace is just her spunk and her attitude. Every time I see her, she's super upbeat and just like ready to talk about whatever life situation that I've had during the week. And I really admire her ability to connect with each girl on an individual level. Like she takes time and she listens carefully and just learns about all of our lives, like individually. And the way that she connects with all the girls is just really awesome.
About Becca is that she is someone that you can always go to and talk to about a problem, and she will give you really good advice that really makes you think, and she doesn't just flat out tell you this is what you need to do. She asks you questions and kind of causes you to go on the journey of thinking and processing through the issue, and I just love that.
One thing I'm thankful for about Mrs. Marcotte is that she's always there for me and she's someone I can talk to and she comforts me and she's like my second mom.
My favorite memory about Rachel is when we were driving to Berea and we came up with the slogan, "America may run on Dunkin', but this car runs on gummy bears." It's probably the best memory I have ever had with anybody in my entire life.
The thing I'm thankful for about Anders is probably just all the time that he invests in all the students. I think he definitely invests a ton of time in the high school group, whether it's like texting us a reminder, like a funny meme or something like that. Like he just really puts time into each and every single one of his students, and that's really
The
awesome.
thing that I'm thankful for about Kenny is that he's always active, funny, and cool. He's always energetic and running around. He always comes up with the best games at youth group.
One of the things I love about Mrs. Marcotte is that she's always been here for me and I can talk to her about anything and not feel like I'll be judged by anything. And I really like to thank her for that.
One of my absolute favorite memories with Melissa this year was getting to go tubing with her at Deep Freeze. I spent the entire day trying to convince her to go down the hill and she didn't want to. A lot of kids were falling off, it looked dangerous, but after a lot of convincing, she went down the hill and she loved it, and I love that I just got to share that memory with her.
One thing that I'm super grateful for Kathleen about is that every single week she'll ask us for prayer requests and she'll write them down and she'll write our names and she'll write exactly what we're asking for, and then she sends out an email to all of our groups so that we can all be praying for each other throughout the week, and it's just super thoughtful and I'm really grateful for her.
One thing I like about Jacob is he's a very helpful leader to the journey and to everyone else.
The thing I'm thankful for about Brandon is how wise he is and how easy it is for him to spread the word and just help others.
One thing I love about Melissa is she's so much fun and she's very patient with us even when we get very wild during our groups, and she makes everything fun.
One thing, my favorite memory about Adolphe is how well he prays and how wise he is through his prayer, and you can just tell when he's praying that he's a very true believer.
Mrs. Marcotte, thank you so much for everything you've done for me. I love you so much, and one of my favorite things about you is how sweet and kind and generous you are, and how you spread your wisdom to everyone.
My favorite memory of Jimmy was when he, me, and Kenny hung out here at church, and we played a bunch of GameCube video games, and that's how Jimmy got the nickname of Baby. And yeah.
One reason why I'm thankful for Jimmy is because he's volunteering his time to come to the journey and teach us about God. He's always making sure we're on track, and it's his first year being leader at the journey. He's been doing a really amazing job.
One of the things that I love about Sabrina is her heart for God. She loves Jesus so much, and that love shines out of her onto all of us. She's kind to us even when we can be annoying or crazy, and she makes us feel special and loved.
One of the cool things about Dave is probably just all the funny little comments he makes here and there. I don't know, he's really good with the kids. He's really good with the high school group, the guys. He knows when to be adultish and also when to be kind of being able to mess around and stuff and have fun.
I like Michael because he's always funny and kind and loving. He always loves God and he will give up everything he has for God.
My favorite memory of Maddie was when we were driving up to Berea, me, Sarah, Catherine, and Maddie, and we stopped at Subway and we just talked the whole time, and she's really easy to talk to about just anything, and yeah.
One of the things I love about Michael is just how fun and energetic he is when he's in group. He knows when to be serious, but he also knows when to have fun with the guys in our group, and I just love that about him. I love how patient he is with us. I love how he never gets upset or frustrated with us when we go off topic or go on a rabbit trail for something. I just love that he's patient with us and just knows when to be serious with the word and when to have fun with it.
So something I really admire about Kathleen is just her heart for women's ministry. And a moment that stuck out to me was one of the times I first met her. It was during our prayer series, and we were all circled up, and it was a free prayer, and she started praying. And even though she didn't know us and we didn't know her, when she started praying, it felt like she knew us, and she prayed for protection over us, and it just showed how much she cared for the girls in that room. And as I've continued to get to know her, I only see more and more of that. The way that she just remembers what's going on in our lives, and it just shows the support that she has for all of these young girls, and I just really admire that.
Things about Kenny is he's helpful, he thinks about others, he's very kind, and he's a God worshiper.
One of my favorite memories of Jacob is when I was very sad to see him leaving Cow Kids at Trinity, only to find out that when I came to Genesis, one of my favorite leaders was going to be here, leading at the youth group.
Memories that I've had with Dave Warner is when we were driving back from Berea about a year ago. It was me, Hunter, and him in the car, and he put on this Russian opera singer that had the highest voice ever, and his name was like Vitas or something, and I just found it completely funny. And Dave is just like jamming out to the music, and I'm just sitting there like, what even is this? Like, I was so confused about what was going on, but he was just jamming away, enjoying it, and it was just so funny to watch.
I like Jimmy because he's a great leader. He's always kind and funny, and he always is serious about God. He's always focused in when we're praying or reading the Bible, and never sins.
One of the things I love about Grace is just seeing how much time and energy she pours into the kids at youth groups, specifically the girls in her high school girls group. I love just watching how much time and energy she pours into them, and just to help them grow in their walk with God. And I think that's something that's really cool about Grace.
The thing that I remember about Anders is deep freeze. There's a lot of like fun in deep freeze, and he greatly contributed to that, from when he would like make fun of us calling the paintball guns instead of markers. So we would just like totally joke with that. And when he was trying so hard during paintball, getting after that flag, it was a lot of fun.
The thing I'm thankful for about Jacob is that he's a great role model and person I can look up to, and I can always go to him with questions about the Bible or God's word, and he'll back it up with evidence from the Bible and quotes.
So one of the things that I love about Becca is that she is super, super understanding, and instead of just like listening to all my problems and being like, yeah, good luck, she'll redirect my focus back to God, and instead of just giving me like little things like, oh yeah, you could do this or you could do this, she'll direct me back straight to the Bible, and I think that is the most important thing that a leader could do.
I wanted to thank the leaders so much for making me feel so welcome to Genesis and making every activity so much fun. I've had an amazing time at youth group, and I hope they have an amazing summer. And I'm very happy to be a part of Genesis and a part of Journey. Thank you.